Hello and welcome to Fenestration Day. I'm Tara Taffra. We're here at the Hotel Irvine Jamboree Center where Fenestration Day, the event for manufacturers and dealers, just ended. If you weren't here, you missed out on so many great educational sessions. For manufacturers, here's what they learned. New technologies coming into the marketplace. This was presented by Charles Kircha of LB&L Labs. Mike Collins and I presented the results of the 2013 Industry Benchmark Survey. And Chip Gentry talked about how to defend yourself against patent trolls. Here's a look at what Kircha and Gentry had to say.
So even though you're producing energy from the sun, along the way, there are lots of losses that are reflected in overall efficiency. If you look at direct conversion from skylight or from window, you can basically transmit that daylight into the space and utilize it more efficiently than going to the renewable energy option. Not to say that PV is not important, it is important as a generation source, but we can't just consider, well, we'll just generate everything and don't worry about the efficiency side.
And in 2012, there were 6,000 companies sued. That was a threefold increase from 2009, where there was just a little over 2,000 companies sued. So you can see how almost overnight the risk factor increased 300%. 55% of the folks that were sued had revenues under $10 million. So it doesn't take a whole lot these days to have revenue of 10 million bucks or more, and it doesn't take that kind of revenue to be a target, because now more than half of the defendants are the little guy. And think about, just common sense wise, if your goal is to find people that can't fight very long, don't have the cash flow, who are you going to go after? You're going to go after somebody that does have cash on hand, but it's not a lot of it. And so they have to sit there and weigh the scales of justice, if you will, and they have to sit there and think, it's going to make more sense for us to try to buy our piece on the front end rather than see this thing all the way through.
While manufacturers were learning about those new technologies, the dealers were in a roundtable session sharing ideas. They really delved into the many issues driving their businesses. I was so impressed at how much dealers shared ideas. They talked about everything from their dislike of Yelp to nitty-gritty location issues. One dealer's advice? Get a location at a stoplight. That 30 seconds can make all the difference. It really was an interesting session. Wellton Hong of Ring Ring Marketing then gave a presentation to dealers telling them proven ways of finding more leads. One attendee said that session was immensely helpful.
He goes through your whole website and will help bring business to the website, and when it gets to the website, he will help design it so that it will turn into people calling your company. So that's a main thing that's hard to do. When you have a website that doesn't have a call to action on it, even though it looks really pretty, it needs to be changed so it'll perform better.
The dealer group wrapped up with Mike Collins telling attendees how they can generate cash and access credit. That's something everyone wants to know how to do. Want to learn how to go from good to great? Well, then you should have been here today for the closing session. Brian Smith of Dave Yoho Associates gave an inspiring look at how to do just that.
We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that created that thinking. But again, herein lies the biggest challenge. It's our strongest urge is to rely on our experiences. See, once you put a plan into place, what's happening, what are you doing about it, how's it working, what do we do next? You put a plan into place, it's fluid. A plan is fluid, is when it works best. When the plan becomes fixed and we're unwilling to look at it and change it because it's some brainchild that we love and we installed, that's where the issues take place. We put a plan, you put the plan into action, you analyze the plan, then you revise the plan. The circle continues. That's the circle of life of the plan.
Now, none of this would have been possible without the help of our sponsors. Crystal Pacific Window and Door, DeKunik North America, Forjax, Milgard, PH Tech, Ring Ring Marketing, Royal Building Products, and Windowmaker Software. This is just a glimpse of what went on here in Irvine. For all the coverage, go to dwmmag.com. That wraps up our March newscast. I'm Tara Taffra. Thanks for watching.